Hey Larry, I'm Dave. So here's the divider. I've been using it as a stand for this fan because I got this thing on zoom here. There we go. There we go. I sleep in this Faraday cage. I sleep in this loft. I sleep up on top. My office is underneath. We got really bad radiation in here because on the top of our elevator shaft they put all these antennas, and I'm on the 16th floor. This is Alamana right over there. It's Safeway over here. We got Diamond Head over there in the ocean, and all the radiation streams up to our rooftop. And so I made this cage, and then I wrapped it. It's got to be aluminum screen. You wrap it with copper wire, and then you plug that into a ground, and it kills it. I bought a meter actually from a guy on the Big Island. He has a business over there called EMF Solutions, and he gave me quite a bit of technical advice. So I'm getting ready to pull this out, and I'm hoping there's no cockroaches in it. I've been really good. I lived here about 15 years, and I haven't had any cockroaches, but we just did a trash chute upgrade, or the people that own this building, and they tore the walls out of here on every other floor so that they could inspect the chute. And when they did that, it unleashed a bunch of cockroaches. But I got them under control, and I don't think it'll be too bad. I'm going to move this, and we're going to take this thing out right now. Get ready to pull out. I don't have a whole lot of room in here because this is a studio apartment, and I'm getting ready to move into a one-bedroom, but it'll be nice to have a little more room with this. And I'm going to move this off. There it is. And we'll set this up here on the fridge, and let's see if there's any cockroaches in it. It looks pretty good so far. I don't see an infestation. That's good, you know. There's a cobweb here, and spiders, they're all right with me. Those small, skinny ones. You know what I'm thinking is this kind of has. I wonder when they made this if they put some kind of chemical so that the cockroaches don't build a nest in here, you know. When I first got this, I got it home and I opened it up, and let me see if I can set this up here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it was pretty dirty. It was dusty. It was almost as if there was like a thin layer of grease on each petal, and then maybe 40 years of dust. And so I took warm soapy water and a nice fine rag, and I literally wiped each petal one by one, and I just got, sprayed the dust off of it, used an air can, and I cleaned it up pretty good. It got a little dusty sitting here, even though I had it wrapped. The dust must have come in from underneath, but I think maybe they treated this wood so that the termites and cockroaches don't go in. Because I didn't find any termite droppings at all, so I know that that's not an issue. This thing here is loose. This is double wall construction. You have that panel with the artwork on the back side, and you have maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches in between. And this looks like it could be clear quartz, and this over here almost looks like it could be rose quartz. This looks like amethyst almost. After I got this, I took a class online. It's with Udemy College, and they have all kinds of courses. You can tell this is like a quartz. And they had a crystal gemstone certification. And I went ahead and I took that course, and I learned quite a bit about it. I have, I just got this one in the mail here. This is citrine. This is a nice piece here. You can see, I think it weighs about 29 pounds, and it's beautiful, smoky citrine. I'm asking, I think, $3 or $4.50 for it. But I'm going to miss this piece. I thought I was going to be the one to get like 10 grand for it, but it looks like you're going to be the one to finish fixing it. And so this is where the panel's missing on this end piece here. And you can see there's a couple slots, it looks like, where the wood went in. I don't have the whole piece. I have she gave me like half of it, the woman. I'll tell you the story on this too. You can see the bottom pieces, they got a little more dustier because the bottom was open. These collars, I'm sure they put these collars on the bottom of the feet here to protect it from water damage in case somebody spilled some water, a water pipe broke and it got in the room or something. It wouldn't right away make contact with the wood, yeah. And then this end piece here. This is the one where the collar's missing. Somebody probably tried to open this or close it, and they pushed with their foot probably on the bottom, and they knocked this out. That's probably what happened. This is pretty thin wood. It's real fragile. And I think there's actually one more section that is coming loose. I'll find that one, and maybe I can put some wood glue on it before I wrap it up here. Yeah, this almost looks like the Abertine. And out of all these arrangements, this is the only one that I noticed has a petal missing. And I was gonna cut this off, and I just decided to go ahead and leave it. And that's something that maybe you could do, is get a wire clipper and get down as low as you can and trim that one off. With it gone, I mean, it's still, the arrangement's going to look just fine. This green is, God, I can't remember, there's a stone that is this color. It's Zephyrite or something like that. I'm going to have to look that one up. Probably not making a very good video here. I'm not looking through the viewfinder. I'm just kind of talking. It seems like I've seen one like this before, sometime in the past. Not in Hawaii. I grew up in Salem, Oregon, and we had some well-established Chinese restaurants there. I'm wondering if I maybe saw something like this in one of those restaurants my parents would take me to every once in a while. I searched as soon as I got this. That's the first thing I did. I wanted to find one on the internet to try and see what it's worth. And the first day, I searched from like 9 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. I searched Los Angeles, New York, from Dallas, Texas to Miami. I searched the UK, Germany, Austria, London. I searched the Middle East. I searched Australia, New Zealand. I searched everywhere, and I couldn't find a piece like this. And I'm wondering if, you know, what I did find on eBay is they sell these arrangements in a vase just by themselves, and they were selling for like $200 and $300. And if you look at it that way, you know, there's 3, 6, 9, $1,200. This times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. That'd be a little over $7 grand if you looked at it that way. But you know, that's not counting the artwork on both sides, and you got the back panel and the way he framed this, and the different shapes he used. He used the same shape all the way across, and then he changed it the next row down and all the way across, and then he changed the shape the next row down all the way across. So he's got a lot of time. Someone put a lot of time into this. This isn't something that could be made with this automated manufacturing they have today, you know, with the robots and stuff. There's no way one of those robots could manufacture something like this. I don't have a whole lot of room to work in here, but I got enough. I'm just going to finish wiping this down, and then I'm going to fold it up. I noticed that one of these panels here is a little bit loose. And there it is right here. So it looks like they used a flat piece, and then they used a border piece that goes, you know, across and then up and down, and that's 3 pieces. It looks like they used this. Here's where it's coming apart here, right here. I can pull it down a little bit, so it looks like that's 1 piece, and then it has this piece across the top, and then another piece there. I'll try and put a little wood glue on this right before I wrap it up, and I'll finish dusting this. I'm about ready to wrap it now. I'm gonna miss this thing. I kind of am having a hard time letting it go. When you open it up like this, but I never really had a chance to enjoy it. It's been folded up the whole time I've had it, after I cleaned it, and I touched this up a little. I went to a woodworking shop, and they recommended this wood stain, and I'm thinking that maybe when this was folded up, and I run that fan every night to keep me cool, and that was sitting on top of this, it might have created a vibration that maybe created this little rub, because I don't remember that. Well, I better get going here if I'm gonna get this thing wrapped up tonight. Here's one I was just cleaning. I didn't notice this before, but you can see some thread here. He used some thread to hold this artwork together, I guess, in some places. One theory I had was that maybe there was a young kid that was working with a cat factory that was just making the arrangements, and maybe he went on his own and decided to make a divider, so instead of selling 1 arrangement at a time, he could sell 24 of them at a time. And maybe after he did his first prototype and sold it, he celebrated, he got married, maybe they had some kids, and maybe it became the family business. And maybe in his prime they were cranking these things out, and then when he got old they kind of slowed down, and when he was at the end of his life, maybe the kids had other interests like they usually do, and this concept died with the old man, and that was it. Who knows? The guy who bought it probably knows, but that lawyer, I guess I didn't tell you. I'll tell you as much as I can about what I know about it. I'm gonna wrap it now. I got it all cleaned up. Most of these arrangements, you can see the flowers are coming out of the bottom of the compartment they're in. But then it's like this one on the end here. The stem is coming out of the top. And this one here, the stem is coming out of the side. He built like these windows, and then he fed them into these panels. I didn't have wood glue, Larry, so this one that was loose, I took a little dab of hot glue and I just put it in there and pressed it. I got it out here, so I got a little more room. I got this top wrapped. and then the roll broke, and so I don't know if I'm going to have enough left on here to do the whole thing. I have another partial roll, so I got it wrapped pretty good. I did a couple sheets underneath that way, and I went around it a bunch of times. I'm going to check and see if I have any bubble wrap. Got the tree way out here. It's early in the morning. So I did a job the other day, and I scored a bunch of this padding. They took out a bunch of carpeting, and this is the padding that was under it. And this is pretty rigid. I put one of the boards up against here, and I think if we just duct tape this, it's going to be pretty rigid, and it could get damaged if something fell on it maybe. What I ended up doing here is I just cut these strips, and I'm using a hot glue gun, and I'm just going to tack these strips on these boards, and then I'll put them up to the sides and tape it like you. So I had enough padding to do 3 panels, and then I have this bubble wrap I found, and I'm just gonna do a couple strips. I'm using the hot glue gun. It works pretty good for putting that on. It seems to stick real good, and it's working good on this. So I'm about ready to put the panels on. Tape them on. I'm thinking this is what you had in mind here, huh? I got this one padded. This one's one with the bubble wrap on it. I'm just gonna put it on. Just like that. Get them like that. And just put the tape, the duct tape. Okay, Larry, here's where we're at. This is the biggest gap on this side. The one on the bottom, that's pretty flush. This side's got a gap, but I have something planned to protect these corners a little more. And the tape, I got enough tape. I'm gonna wrap all the way around, and then I got a piece that'll go in the top here, and we'll put that in. And then I'll probably put a piece in the bottom here. Then it'll go in here. I don't know. Maybe just it'll inset in there. Maybe these feet will be exposed, which shouldn't really be a problem if I put it up against the wall. It's heavy. It's about 200 pounds, probably at least, maybe more. But I won't have any problem getting it out of the truck and on a dolly. It's on the dolly now. You can wheel it around. I think maybe tomorrow morning we might be able to do it. That's what I'm shooting for.